Okay, if you've ever smelt vanilla, and I'm sure everyone has because you're human, what you're smelling is this compound called vanillin, and this is it. This is the compound. So with this one, we're going to answer a few questions. All right, first question. Carbon A, carbon B, and this is going to be oxygen C. I just labeled it A, B, C to be easy, but what's the hybridization of carbon A? Carbon A is sp2. That's because there are 3 groups surrounding carbon A. And when you have 3 groups, you bump down in hybridization, so sp2 is the correct answer. Okay? Carbon B, same thing. We have 3 groups around carbon B. So the hybridization for carbon B, also sp2. All right, oxygen C. Take a second to think about it. What could the hybridization be? Okay, so the hybridization for oxygen right here, oxygen C, is sp3. You got 4 groups around it. Don't forget about your hydrogens, okay? They're hanging off over here. They're not, just because they're not drawn in doesn't mean they're not there. So sp3 is a hybridization for this one. Now let's talk about molecular geometry. Carbon A, think about it for a second. What could the molecular geometry be? Well, it's trigonal planar. Same, well, let me give you a second, try to figure out B now. B is also trigonal planar, okay? Now looking at this, how many pi bonds does this molecule contain? I'll give you a second to think about it. If you got 4, that's the correct answer. So when you have double bonds, that's where you're getting your pi bonds from. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pi bonds. Okay. A bonus question for this one is, would this compound be more soluble in methanol or hexane? Let's draw out methanol and hexane, or say what it is. All right, so methanol is CH3OH, that's methanol. And hexane, I'll write it down here. Well, hexane is C6H14. So take a second to think about it. This compound right here, vanillin, is it more soluble in methanol or is it more soluble in hexane? Okay, well, the answer is, and if you're still not ready, go ahead and pause the video, but if you are ready, this vanillin compound would be more soluble in methanol. Because methanol is polar, just like vanillin. And with polarity, you have to remember like dissolves like. Okay, so that's all I have for this question, or this problem. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Sweet.